Welcome to my Chanel Coins, History Coins VC today. Videos is one you won't to miss. We're driving into the words top 4 5 cents. Canada, so let's get it started. The 2006 Canadian 5-cent coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II, issued by the Royal Canadian Mint, holds a place in modern Canadian coinage with its iconic design, durable composition, and ties to the nation's history and monarchy. This particular coin, with the inscription Elizabeth II de Regina on the obverse, continues the tradition of recognizing Canada's constitutional monarchy under Queen Elizabeth II, who reigned from 1952 until her passing in 2022. The obverse of the coin shows the right-facing effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Susanna Blunt in 2003. This was the fourth portrait of the Queen to appear on Canadian coins. Notably, in this rendition, the Queen is depicted without a crown, symbolizing a modern and approachable monarchy. Surrounding the portrait is the Latin inscription Elizabeth II de Regina, which translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. This Latin phrase has long been a staple on Commonwealth coinage, representing the monarch's divine right to rule, a tradition dating back centuries. The reverse side of the coin features the classic Canadian beaver design, created by G.E. Kruger Gray in 1937. The beaver, an industrious and iconic symbol of Canada's fur trade history and natural heritage, is perched on a rock with water lines surrounding it. The word Canada is curved along the top, with the coin's denomination 5 cents inscribed prominently below it, along with the year 2006. At the bottom is a small P mint mark, indicating the coin was struck using the multiply plated steel process introduced by the Royal Canadian Mint in 2000 to reduce production costs and improve durability. In terms of composition, the 2006 5-cent coin is made of multiply plated steel with layers of nickel and copper over a steel core. It weighs 3.95 grams, has a diameter of 21.2 mm, and features a smooth edge. This composition marks a shift from earlier nickel-based coins, contributing to cost savings and enhancing the coin's resistance to wear and corrosion, an important factor given the high circulation of this denomination. From a numismatic perspective, the 2006 5-cent coin is generally considered a common circulation coin, with tens of millions produced for everyday use. However, collectors may take interest in coins in uncirculated or mint condition, especially those in proof-like or specimen sets issued by the Royal Canadian Mint. While its face value remains at 5 cents, pristine versions or special mint sets may be valued slightly higher in collector markets. This coin also holds historical relevance as part of Queen Elizabeth II's legacy, especially for those who collect coins across the different effigy portraits or from significant years during her reign. In hindsight, coins such as the 2006 nickel serve as both everyday currency and miniature pieces of historical documentation, recording changes in design, material, and monarchy over time. In conclusion, the 2006 Canadian 5-cent coin encapsulates a blend of traditional iconography, evolving minting technology, and national symbolism. It reflects Canada's continued connection to the British monarchy through the dignified portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, the beaver's embodiment of the country's industrious spirit, and the mint's commitment to innovation. Although common in circulation, its story is rich with cultural and historical significance. The 2008 Canadian 5-cent coin bearing the inscription Elizabeth II de Regina is part of the modern era of Canadian coinage, a small yet significant piece of national identity and heritage. Issued by the Royal Canadian Mint, the coin serves not only as a medium of exchange, but also as a reflection of Canada's ties to the British monarchy, its natural symbols, and its evolving minting technology. Like other coins of its denomination and era, the 2008 nickel is rich in both design and historical context, On the obverse of the coin, we see the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, a portrait introduced in 2003 and designed by Canadian artist Susanna Blunt. This portrait marked a stylistic shift from the more regal images used in earlier designs. Queen Elizabeth is depicted without a crown, conveying a more contemporary and approachable image of the monarch. Her likeness is dignified and serene, facing to the right as is tradition. Around the portrait is the Latin Elizabeth II dig Regina, which stands for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. This phrase is a long-standing tradition in Commonwealth countries, symbolizing the divine legitimacy of the monarch's rule. Turning to the reverse, we find one of the most iconic and enduring designs in Canadian coinage, the beaver on a rock, designed in 1937 by G.E. Kruger Gray. This image has become synonymous with the Canadian 5-cent coin. The beaver, Canada's national animal, is depicted in a naturalistic pose, sitting on a log with water lines in the background. This symbol is not just aesthetic, it's deeply rooted in Canada's early economy and history, where the fur trade, particularly in beaver pelts, played a foundational role. Above the beaver is the word Canada, with the denomination 5 cents directly below the animal. Beneath that lies the year 2008 and a small P mint mark, signifying that the coin was struck using the multiply-plated steel process. The 2008 5-cent coin is composed of multiply-plated steel, a process the Royal Canadian Mint began, using widely in the early 2000s to improve cost efficiency and durability. This material involves a steel core covered with layers of nickel and copper. The coin weighs 3.95 grams, has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters, and features a smooth, plain edge. The use of steel allows the mint to produce lighter, more wear-resistant coins while maintaining the traditional appearance and electromagnetic signature of older nickel-based coins. In terms of circulation,